You know, every time I wear this romper, I feel like I'm that girl. Roll the footage. And I'll put it. The sun decided not to shine that much today, so I had to. Bro, we're drenched right now.
The more niggas talk, I'ma shine. Might have been way before it's time. Hustle with my back.
Hey y'all, welcome to Does Your Art Fit? I'm Zakyla of ArtFit by Zakyla, and today I'm showing you how to turn your ArtFit shorty shorts into your own ArtFit romper, just like this. Oh, she's so cute, right? Okay. Now, I am not here to give you exact measurements, exact sizings, so as anything in the Does Your Art Fit category, you gotta try stuff on. You gotta check and see, does your art fit? Art Fit is for everybody, so you just go try it on and see how it fit and see what adjustments you need to make. In this video, I'll be showing you how I added elastic to the top, how I did my double crochet 2 together decrease. I will also show you how I made short rows to account for the bust area in the front of your body. So of course you won't be able to turn your ArtFit shorty shorts into a romper until you complete your own pair of ArtFit shorty shorts. But today I'm going to walk you step by step through how I add to the completed shorty shorts to make the romper. Again, I repeat, there are no specific stitch counts. I've written about my ArtFit shorty shorts in my blog on doesyourartfit.com. Also, that's where you can buy the pattern for the ArtFit shorty shorts at doesyourartfit.com. Yeah. Around here, your art is made to be worn. So, if you don't particularly care for how open a double crochet stitch is for this pattern, you could try using a linked double crochet. That'll connect them a little bit more so there's not as much gapping or spacing in between those tall stitches. Okay, I'm gonna switch over to VoiceOver Z so I can walk you step by step through how I turn my ArtFit shorty shorts into my ArtFit romper. Okay, so here we have an up close look at the romper. We have our shorty shorts made, and we're adding rows above the waistband to create the part to cover your body. We're gonna go over again decreases, how to add elastic, and make sure that it fits. I've attached my yarn on the top of the waistband, and I went ahead and placed the same number of single crochet stitches as I did when doing the first round of the shorts after joining the waistband. After joining my single crochet row with a slip stitch, I am then going to chain 1 and place 1 double crochet in each stitch all the way around. When I've made it back around, I'm going to join my row with the slip stitch. Chain 1 and turn your work. You're going to place your first double crochet in that same place where you slip stitched, and then you're going to place 1 double crochet in each stitch all the way around. For this pattern, we will work in back and forth turned rows. We will join at the end of each row. Also in this row, we're going to do a double crochet 2 together decrease. To do that, you're going to yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. You now have 2 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over again, insert your hook into the next stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Now you have 3 loops. Yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. I am decreasing so that I can add a little bit of shaping. I don't want my romper to go just straight up. I want it to cinch at the waist just a little bit more. So I'm going to add a few more decreases throughout my rows. Again, for the decrease, you're going to yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop, and yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Then you're going to yarn over again, insert your hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, then finally yarn over and pull through all 3 loops on your hook. Because I'm not giving you stitch counts, my suggestion is that you decrease up until right under the boob. But you want to make sure that this romper can still fit over your hips because of course this started out as your shorts. I recommend 2 to 4 decreases every few rows, making sure that you try it on along the way. So to end the row, we're again going to make a slip stitch to join, chain 1, and turn. Continue working rows up until you reach the middle of your chest. The decreases are visible, so if you don't like the look of them, place them at the back of your work only. Now that you've made decreases and worked enough rows to reach the middle of your chest, we're going to work short rows. Now, I have my seam to the right because now this is going to be the side of your project. For the short row, after chaining 1 and then turning, I'm going to skip a stitch and then place a slip stitch in the next, followed by a single crochet in the next stitch, then a half double crochet in the stitch after, and finally a double crochet. What I have done is gradually increased in size until the height of the tallest stitch of the pattern, which is a double crochet. Remember that we're working a short row, so we're only going to work the front half of our project so that we can have enough coverage for the chest area. So I'm going to continue double crocheting across the front of the body until I reach the point where I need to gradually decrease the stitches in size to taper off that short row. I've reached the point where I'm going to taper down, so after making my last double crochet, I follow it with a half double crochet, and then a single crochet, and then a slip stitch. From here, I'm going to chain 1 and turn. I'm going to place a slip stitch on top of the slip stitch from the previous row and follow that with a single crochet. And in this moment, do as I say and not as I do, because I definitely forgot my half double crochet before I did my double crochet. But you get the gist. Then I'm going to double crochet across the row until I reach the tapering at the other end. After completing the last half double crochet of the short row, I'm going to follow with a half double crochet and then a single crochet and a slip stitch. In order to feel more secure with the shaping of this row, I'm also going to add one more slip stitch after this. You should now be back at your seam, so I'm going to chain 1 and turn, and then double crochet in every stitch all the way around until I reach my seam again. To close this row, like every row before, we'll make a slip stitch to join. Now we have essentially created 2 short rows, and then we blended everything in by working all the way around with a row of double crochet. So your work should be taller in the front than it is in the back. If you need more coverage, just add another set of short rows. Now we're going to join elastic to the top of our work to kind of help it stay up and stay snug to the body. So I like to just roughly measure out how long I will need the elastic. I want it to fully wrap around the entire project. From there, I'm going to take off about 1 inch from each side by overlapping them like this, and then from here I would sew them together. You want to sew the threads together so that it doesn't bunch and it's pretty seamless. I did not sew it together in this video, but you understand what I'm saying, hopefully. Joining the elastic to the top of my project is pretty straightforward. I'm also going to be working on my picot edging as well. So I'm chaining 1 and I am not going to turn. And then I'm going to place a single crochet in the first stitch, making sure to carry the elastic along the back. So you're working over the elastic. And I'm going to place 1 single crochet on top of every stitch. The bottom of my shorts has a cute little picot border, so I'm also going to add that border to the top of my romper. I do that by chaining 3, and then I slip stitch into the bottom of that chain, and that creates my cute little picot. You want to make sure that when you're joining your elastic, you give it a bit of a stretch, because you don't want your project to be too wide. You want it to be snug. So here's my finished romper again, and don't be like me. You should sew your elastic together and not knot it so that it fits nicely into your work. You can visibly see my decreases, and I think that's okay. Also, the work does stretch a bit more towards the top because I was pulling all of that over my hips because it's one piece. My front sits higher than my back because of the short rows. I believe I might have added 2 sets of short rows. The elastic is sitting in there nicely, my picot edging is cute, and we are done. Okay, I don't know about y'all, but I got some stitching to do. I hope you learned a lot, and if you did, please like, comment, share, subscribe. I would love it if you support this channel by subscribing and sending it to your mama and your daddy. Okay, thanks. Peace.